What's up, guys? This is Tabletop Vibes, and today we're taking a look at Tend by IV Studios. Wow, this is actually my very first flipping right, rolling right, farming game.
Yep, same here, and this thing was fantastic. It's definitely like I wanted to do so much.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to the point that my engine sort of worked, it was like, okay, game's over. I'm like, oh, there's so much more I can do with this.
Right, and then the best part is you're thinking about all the things that you're going to do the next time, and the crops you're going to plant, and the animals you're going to produce.
Yes, raise.
That's such a better word for it. But yeah, in Tend, you are farming, and you're taking different actions to then check different boxes and different things off of your player boards, I guess you can say, but they're throwaway, like you rip them off and then you play on your own. The craziest part about this game for me is you can play with as many people as you want.
Right. Really enjoyed the game. Like as Adam said, it can be spread amongst multiple people. And the thing with this is that there's so many different fun little components that came with this. All these dice that are all unique, that represent physically the size of the various animals, their various produce. Thank you. So he's got it. That you can do. There is a scratch off sheet that shows for mining and
chopping wood. You can chop wood, you can mine, and you're doing like a scratch off. It's no sniff. There's no sniff.
And it seems like every square in there actually has something in it, so you can't really miss. I mean, it's really
and so
cool.
You can like on your actions, you can choose to tend, which is like you're tending your garden, you're tilling, you're building a trellis. Well, no, that's a different action. But you're tending the ground. You can plant or water. Because that's what you do when you tend. And then you can cut wood. So you're going to your wood board and scratching off different areas, and you can work your way down to like the end of it, and gain like a better version of mining,
of the fishing and the mining.
Yeah, and that's just like so cool because
you can mine. You can do the same thing there.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about this is, I know we're kind of jumping around.
It's just cool. Endless possibilities.
The cool thing about this is no matter what you do, you basically get resources, and there's no resource storage on this game, so you have to use it immediately. So what ends up happening on your turn, you get two actions on your turn, your two base actions, amongst all the actions kind of laid out that are for public use. And you take an action, you usually get some resources for it. You then use those resources to try to cross off certain sections on there. Maybe you get an upgrade. You can use that upgrade to go do something else, which then maybe unlocks something else that allows you to do something else. So it's this... It's this perpetual motion machine that you're kind of generating. And
everybody plays simultaneously, which is just even better because now you're literally like, everybody do your actions. If you want to get crazy, you can put a timer on it so that people don't take too long. Because there is a little bit of AP, especially in the first couple of games that you're starting to play, because you're trying to find an optimal path. How do I gain more stuff to do more things? Do I just gain money so I can buy this stuff?
Trellises seem to be the way to go, not because of the trellises themselves, but because in the action cards, there's basically two different versions. There's a base version of the action card that just says, I'm going to chop wood. And then there is a conditional action cards, which are super useful. Basically, it says, do one of these actions, and then if you fulfill this condition, then you get to do this supplemental action or item. Or
just usually do something
else.
And
it just seems trellises just keep coming up as the conditionals.
Seems good. Yeah, it just seems to work out for trellises. But the cool part is you can upgrade your axe to chop wood. You can upgrade your mining equipment to mine. You can get better rods for fishing, lures,
more fish.
Which means you can catch fish. So there's fish dice. So you do like, if I roll 5 and I roll 3 and it intersects here, this is what I get or don't get. But gaining better lures gives you a better like constant, like I can fish this good now all the time.
And then when you get those goods, you have multiple different things that you can do with them. So you can just immediately use them on your board, like I said, unlocking various things, and it can be partial unlocks. You don't, if I only have one gold, I just do the one.
You just tick it. Like that's the whole thing. The whole game is just ticking off the thing.
You can take it and you can sell it at the market. And gold is super useful in this game. It makes you basically be able to do everything in this game. So money is really good. Or you can store it in the cargo. The cargo holds. And this,
which is awesome.
This gets you a lot of victory point conditions, both base points and for endgame scoring. As well as if you're able to fill up entire rows, you get bonuses for that too. So it's again bonuses on top of bonuses.
And the different cargo that you're putting in there in certain cargo bays, I guess you could call call it, you could get more points or less points if you put certain colors into certain areas.
Right. Oh, and also the little markers themselves.
Oh,
are kinda
yes.
cool. Yeah, the little shapes.
We weren't able to show you, but like you can figure it out. But they literally are like stamps.
Yeah.
They're marker stamps of like the color for green is a leaf, and you like impressing it in your cargo
really
board.
clever. Really
I mean,
clever.
it's super awesome. And then, like scratching off the thing, like you're going to win the lotto, but you're digging and winning mining equipment or upgrading your mining. You can do things called neighbor.
Yes. You basically every turn your neighbors are going to have some sort of condition.
Neighbor
that they
cards.
need. Yes, getting something that they need, and if you're able to get that to them, they get the resource, but you're able to check off on your neighbor.
It's like a social board. It's like a social track.
Yes.
Socialization
More bonuses.
Right, and again, everything so you tick it off, and then gives you other abilities to then go and spend that to go over to this place. Like Jason said, like all over. You're just literally constantly. You're gonna move over here from your board, tick over here to move this over here, because like your inventory is just spending things unless you want to sell a good for cargo.
Right. So I think that's the most fun about this game.
Yeah.
Is it's so interactive.
It is.
You're constantly doing things. You're constantly talking with other people, even though it is a kind of solitary
Yeah, you're
game,
kind of solely focused on your own game.
But there is so much talk going on, basically, of just all the possibilities that you could do, and just all these strategies that just come up. You're like, oh, how in the world did you just do this?
Right.
Really, really neat.
And the neighbor cards literally make and bring you to like, hey, what are you working on? You're looking at their board. You obviously want to play something that they're going to fulfill so that you get the bonus of ticking higher up on your social tracker.
Right.
And so like you're constantly like looking at what they're trying to create and produce to then do that. And then the other fun part is you can water your garden, and then your like pumpkins.
Yep.
They literally like are growing, so you tick the dice up 1, 2, and then
Same thing with animals.
Animals they
will
grow.
Yep.
You can switch out your animals. You don't lose them. Obviously, once your pumpkin expires, you're gonna have to get rid of it out of your garden and replant. But like it's just so insanely creative.
It is, and
it's vibrant.
Right, and then at the very end of some of the rounds, you do scoring rounds, and you're going to be scoring these mid-game bonuses, let's call them, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it kind of really gives you, where you should be focusing on in order to maximize some of those points. The ones that we played with were a lot of cargo related, because that seems to be the highest.
We had like one that was like 8. Fill 8 cargo spots in your cargo thing, get some points. Because there's 3 seasons, right? I should have probably led with that, but there is 3 seasons. Those have different cards. So season 1 has like a gold card. Season 2 has a gold card. Season 3, it's all public information to help drive you. Or should. I wasn't looking at it at all.
I was doing it by accident.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what does this do again? What the? And this guy's building, like, you can like upgrade your ponds. You're fishing in a pond. You can upgrade to a grotto, a lake. So like your chances are better. Anyways, he was doing that. That was one of the cards, which was huge. And then these action cards, there's 5 starter cards. And then they start out on the main draftable. You're not drafting anything. You're just like, I'm going to take these 2 actions, right? No one's taking any of the cards. They're just out there. You're tapping 2 actions per turn. You see what the next coming. So season 1, these cards are going to come drop down next turn. So it kind of helps you strategize on what you want to plan. Because like Jason said, you want to maximize the bonuses on these cards to get other actions.
Right. And the thing is that as we're talking about this, like normally we go through like kind of a structured approach to this, but this is really more sandboxy. This is really like, what is the optimal strategy? Who
figure
the heck knows?
I mean, obviously, there's probably some trellises.
There are so many different paths in this one. It is just a ton of fun. It can be played one player, and I totally would just to try to optimize
different strategies and ways.
It's so good, so vibrant. I would say enjoyable, relaxing, a lot of fun.
It gives you enough of the brain burner aspect to be like, there's some AP where there's going to be downtime where you probably have to put a timer on for those friends that do that kind of stuff. I'm not naming any names. But like, again, you're like, all right, I'm gonna tick this off. Everybody take your 2 actions. Okay, cool. We go to the growth, we go to the next thing and we grow our plants. And hey, did anybody get anything? All right, I'm gonna sell mine and put it in the cargo. I'm gonna take money. Okay, I'm gonna tick this area. And it's literally just triggering, bouncing all over the place, rolling to fish, scratching off to cut wood to mine. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just so much fun because you're like, obviously you know at some level what you're gonna get, but every time, what am I gonna get?
Yeah, I love the scratch off thing. It's such a great mechanic.
It would be really cool if you guys did like a sniff thing, just sort of like all of a sudden it's like pine, you're just like sniffing, like cut it down. Anyways, awesome. We'll talk. But But yeah, it's a good time. It's coming to Kickstarter really soon. Definitely check it out. Tend. Ivy Studios does it again with a great, amazing game, and we love it. Had a blast. Like, subscribe, and comment on your favorite produce.
My favorite produce is actually broccoli.
Broccoli.
Love broccoli.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with blueberries, but yeah. I also worked on a farm for like 5 or 6 years of my life.
Eat those little trees.
I definitely don't like manual labor, but farming is great. We're Tabletop Vibes. Tend, farm, huzzah.